All right, so today is Tuesday, March 3rd, 2026. It's currently like 7:44 in the morning. Just got home. Managed to run out in time and be able to grab the bus uh, to get here earlier. So I went to the gym last night and it was great. Decided it was arm day, so I focused on triceps, biceps, and shoulders. Tonight's going to be the all around triceps, biceps, shoulders, chest, back, and abs. Uh, yeah, I got to see the cute girl. I don't know if she's doing this on purpose or what, but the cute girl that always works out with a friend ended up. Well, I didn't know they were there initially, so I started shoulders. What was I doing when I first started? I have to look back at that. I don't remember. It's been such a weird night, crazy night. Uh, Let me see. I forget how to do this. There it is. So I first started with single overhead presses from the Smith machine where I was doing like 95 and I was annoyed with myself because the other day I was doing 115. I was like, whatever. Then okay, yeah. So that's what it was. So as soon as I finished up with that, because I was first going to do the Smith, or do the rear delt flies, but they were busy, so I was like, whatever. I'll just check the Smith machines, get the overhead done. Got that, and it was like, okay. So I got that done. Looked back over, and I'm like, noticed one was empty. And by this time, I was like, okay, I didn't see them, so whatever. They're not here, but I also really wasn't paying attention. And then, as soon as I'm walking towards the fly machine in my little route, I had noticed her. I was like, oh, cool, she's here, whatever. Got that done, then just peered out of my sight. I was like, whatever. Not a big deal. I'm not here for her anyways. It's nice to know that there's consistency there. So, I don't know if they noticed me if she noticed me at that point or whatever. I don't even know if she knows I'm alive, but I ended up walking past her, did that, lost track of them. I was in my own world. She was probably in her own world. Got my rear delts fly done. Moved over to the shoulder press. I had no idea where they went. Not my concern. And I was like, whatever, and got that done. But then I noticed all the big boy benches were all used up. So I was like, okay, fine. I'll have to use 35s or 45s. Got and went over into the main or the mini section where you can do abs and shit. And there's benches in there, and I was like, and there's weights, and I was like working out in there. And that's where I finished my workout. And I happened to notice, because there's some stair steppers there, that she was right there, I know, on the top. And I happened to look over as I was finishing, and I was impressed by the shape of her back. There's some muscle tone there. And I was taken back for a second. I was just looked at her back, and I was like, oh my, I'd love a hug from her. Big old bear hug. But anyways, as I was finishing up, I got to also see Cardio Bunny. I was like, oh, that's cool. So I was like, all right, today is going to be a good day. All is well. All wasn't fully well. When I got to work, there was no work yet. Truck didn't show up till 11, so my boss B had me start in Frozen, where we promptly downstacked 3 pallets, work 2, and I had by the time my truck showed up, we had already downstacked the 3rd, and I was like, all right, it's awesome. And got that done. I didn't take my first break because I had 2.5 pallets of the cut fruits and the salad dressings and all that on with my salads on my my wet wall. I had 2 pallets of wet wall, so I promptly worked the salads, got the Area 51 down, stacked onto carts, pick carts, sent to the cooler, and started my deli. And then quickly was over into my wet wall, got that done, which promptly most of it went, which was amazing, which quickly got me over into my berries, which half of it went, but it was spread on 3 pallets. So I had like one pallet that was like, oh yeah, and berries were on one of the pallets. I had a berry pallet that was like, knee high to a grasshopper, full of random crap that wouldn't necessarily go. But I took care of a lot of it, or half a quarter of it. Switched over to the other ones, my strawberry pallet, which I ended up downstacking half of it onto the pallet, 3/4 of it onto the pallet. And then I switched over to the other one, which had all my grapes, my my mushrooms, and it had citrus and apples on it. So I quickly got that down stacked, pushed out of the way, worked what was left of the mushrooms, got that down stacked onto the overstock berry pallet, got that out of the way, and then it was about lunchtime at this point. I had worked for 4 hours straight. Quickly got it down, stacked onto 3 carts, and then went to lunch. Hung out for a little bit, clocked in 50 minutes, clocked in 10 minutes early, and quickly got back to work. Where my friend who normally works over in eight on the other side of the store got to see me just dance around these 4 pallets that I had quickly pulled around, and I'm just dancing, just not dancing, but literally doing circles, pulling, getting this all done, and clean and done. And I had it cleaned up before 4, so it was pretty dope. I spent the rest of the day getting down or dumping the frozen meat bins, mainly because, well, they had worked my frozen meats, which meant they downstacked and threw it in the bin. Where I promptly worked what they binned, which was 9/10 of it went out, and then continued to try to dump, which I made a lot of progress, cleaned it up, and then yeah, ended up here. So yeah, I don't know. It was a good day. So I don't know what else to say other than that. So I'm gonna enjoy some pizza. It's my weekend now. I'm gonna After I upload this, I'm gonna play a round or two of Ark, go to bed, and and go to the gym. So I shall catch you all tomorrow. Later. Stop recording.